Hey guys, welcome back. This is going to be a fourth part, but it's not really the series. Decided to do some of my top tricks and tips. So hopefully this will help you out and you may learn a few bits and pieces. But if you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's really appreciated. We're growing nice and steady, so hopefully we'll get a decent community together soon. And I will catch you in the next one, guys. Cheers. Cutting off bark with from a tree, if you just go up to it with a knife and hold, let the animation play, it'll cut off a piece of bark which you can combine with sticks to make hand drill kits. I personally prefer to cook food in a cooking pot by boiling it rather than roasting it, as it doesn't lose any of the hydration value and you can cook a lot more at once. So rather than being stuck in the animation with the stick over the fire, you're pretty much free to move around while your food cooks. You can craft an improvised fishing hook by combining a knife and animal bones. We'll just do that. Which then gives you an improvised fishing hook. Once you've cooked food, it never cools down, it always stays warm, so if you need to swim or you're cold, if you put some in your jacket, put 2 or 3 pieces in your jacket, it will keep you warm. When you're using a blood collection kit, make sure you collect a full bag in one go, because if you cancel the animation halfway through, you can't start refilling it again. And it's always handy to have a blood bag. I always do this as soon as I get one while I'm on full health. And then you've always got a blood bag if you get into a gunfight and you lose some blood. Cutting up a log with a saw will give you wooden planks for base building. Combining 2 planks and 10 nails will let you craft a wooden crate, which is really handy to store stuff in. To give you a wooden crate. If you have a shovel, you can bury wooden crates for a stash. But be careful if you bury them in the open, because when this animation's finished, you'll see it leaves a slight mound on the floor. But you can get over this by, if you bury them on grave sites or train tracks, no one can see them as this doesn't come up. When you find water bottles that already have water in them, I think you've got a 50% chance of getting sick from it. So if you either use disinfectant or chlorine tablets, combine those and you purify the water. Unpacking a box of ammo will half its weight, but I prefer to leave them in the boxes, because then if you get shot, as long as it's not ruined and it's only damaged, once you unpack the rounds, the rounds will still be pristine inside. You can dig up worms for fishing with a knife. You can do it with a shovel as well, if I'm not mistaken. Which will give you an earthworm for fishing. Which then you put your bone hook in your hands, combine it with the worm, and that'll craft you a fishing bait. Which will then give you a fishing bait that you attach to a fishing rod. First off, one of the biggest tips I can give you is, if you're new to the game, or even if you know the game pretty well and you just don't know where a few places are, download an app on Android or iPhone, use it. It's called I Survive. And it's basically a map for both. I think Livonia maps on there as well now. But so useful. It's like satellite imagery. You can find out pretty much exactly where you are. It tells you where wells are, police stations are, military bases. I started using it when I first got into Dayz, and so helpful to get you to learn the maps. Just unbelievable. I'd 100% recommend going and checking it out before you do anything. Jogging without your weapons in your hands is quicker than jogging with your weapon, as you've seen now and I've just changed. I always like to check these hunting stands because they spawn ammo, weapons and backpacks, which is pretty good. You can cut down a bush with your bare hands, which will give you sticks. It might give you a long stick and short sticks. So it'll give you a firewood, instead. But make sure you have gloves on when you do it, because if you don't, you can cut your hands and you'll start bleeding. I like to always pre-med before a gunfight, or if you think you're going to get in a gunfight. If it's either codeine, morphine or an EpiPen, it'll just give you that slight advantage over the other player if they haven't medded. If you've cut up a body or an animal and you don't have gloves on, you'll get bloody hands. And if you eat or drink with that, you'll become sick. So either wear gloves, or if you haven't got that option, wash your hands at a well or use a bottle of water, which will clean your hands and then you're safe to eat and drink. But if you play with a friend and you have that option, get them to feed you if you have bloody hands and you can't wash your hands. If you're using a hunting scope on a rifle, always, it's the minimum range distance is 200 meters. So obviously you can allow for that, and if you've got an enemy that's far away, try and use a rangefinder. You just get a rangefinder and a battery, combine those, and then you can check your distance, and then you can range your weapon to suit, so you're not allowing for bullet drop. Right guys, that's the end of our tricks and tips for this episode. We'll be back next week with the next episode of our guide. I think we're going to do a basics to base building, so keep tuning in for that. And if you like what you see and you want to see some more videos as I bring them out, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell, so as soon as my video is uploaded, you'll be first to get notified and you can watch it. Hopefully some tips help there guys, but again, thanks for watching and I'll catch you next week. Cheers.